Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to class. Today we're going to be going through a few things, and we're going to be watching a section of a video that we're going to be looking at the next 2 days. I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, just want to remind all of you, by now you should have submitted your historical analysis essay about Hammurabi. You should have submitted that on campus, and the way we submit is through that app called Turnitin, or maybe it's not an app, but that program, Turnitin. If you're a little bit unsure or you weren't able to figure out how to submit it using Turnitin, I'm going to suggest, first of all, you talk to your classmates who were successful, because I guarantee the majority of people in this room right now were able to do it correctly. So ask somebody, because of course I'm not able to help you personally right now. But you do have lots of resources around you, classmates or even other teachers who would know how to submit this using Turnitin. So please make sure that you do take care of it. You are responsible for submitting it using Turnitin. If you have a real big issue, you've talked to other people and there's still a problem with it, make sure to reach out to me via email, and I will give you some help that way. All right, that's done. Make sure that you have submitted that. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to look at definitely the most noteworthy thing in ancient Egypt. When people think ancient Egypt, they think pyramids. I mean, am I wrong? Of course. It's the most impressive thing, an ancient wonder of the world, one of the most ancient things that still survives. That's one of these impressive feats of architecture that, in fact, scientists don't even know how they built them today. And that's pretty interesting. So we're going to be looking at a video about the building and the construction of one of the biggest pyramid in Egypt, the Great Pyramid of Khufu. If you go into topics, I'm just going to kind of show you how you can do this. By the way, this right here is the Great Pyramid of Khufu. It's the largest one. You go into topics and then you go into ancient Middle East and Egypt. You will see two links that you're going to be using pretty regularly. Now, this is especially for my online students. Online students, what our teacher's going to do in class here right now is, of course, play the video. Okay. However, I do know on Google Meets and everything else like that, sometimes the video gets laggy, sometimes it doesn't play that well. So I'm going to be giving you directions about how you can access the video yourself using this top link, Khufu Pyramid Reveal video. This is the video everyone in class will be watching today. We'll be watching 31 minutes of this video. The video in total is about 52.5 minutes, but we're going to be watching the first 31 minutes of the video today. That's what everybody will be doing. So as soon as this little YouTube video is done of me introing and explaining it, that's what's going to happen in class. That link is going to be pressed. It's going to be played for 31 minutes. If you are at home at that time, you should be watching that video, but if it works better for you to open it yourself, it probably will. That's what you should do. Just make sure you watch those 31 minutes. The link right underneath it, though, is the Khufu Pyramid Revealed worksheet link. Open that worksheet up, please, and you are going to see basically a worksheet that you need to fill in as you're watching. One thing that I would ask you to do is, please, if you could, be so kind as to type your answers in a different color, not just the black, but change the color of the writing when you write your answers in, to some other color that is readable. But if you look at this document right here, you are going to see that I did include approximate times where you could find the answers. So if you want to right now just kick back and watch it more for enjoyment and you don't want to be busily writing things in as you're watching, that's okay, but that means you'll need to go back into this video later, kind of fast forward to these different times and find your answers so that you're able to write them in. Most of you, though, will probably want to be writing them in as we go, but those timestamps can be helpful to try to help you to find the answers later if you need to. We will not be completing this entire worksheet for tomorrow. This worksheet is technically going to be due after we finish the video tomorrow. So I guess the assignment due date would really be the next Monday after the vacation. But this is the assignment that we'll be working on while we watch the video. The big point of the video is not learning about building pyramids. That's like the side benefit. The real reason that I'm showing this video is because we get to learn, we get to really follow the journey of a historian. He's actually not a historian, he's an architect, but he becomes a historian. And his name is Jean-Pierre Houdin. Now, Jean-Pierre, like I said, he doesn't start being a historian. He just starts being interested in pyramids. And he gets really into it. You're going to watch his journey into being a historian. And we're going to learn a lot about what it takes to be a historian. I mean, we've talked about you've got to find sources. You've got to prove your point with corroboration. You've got to do close reading. You've got to do sourcing. We've talked about all these things, but we're going to see a video in this video, Khufu Pyramid Revealed, of a historian really doing that. And I want you to pay attention to what it really takes to be a historian. It's not all just digging in the ground and coming up with ideas. There's a lot of dynamics that you've got to work through. Getting support, getting funding, things like that Jean-Pierre is going to have to deal with. And that's some of the really important things I want you to focus in on as you're watching the video. I'm going to stop talking now. 31 minutes of the video is what you're going to be responsible for watching and answering the questions that associate with that on this worksheet. All right, have fun.